It's working, huh? Perfect. I guess the box is broken. So, what I was saying something. The industry is broken. The industry is broken, yes. We wish that we want to be secure, right? Do you guys? You wish you want to be secure? The problem is that we don't learn how to be secure. We talk about technical threats. And that's happening for 2 days here in Poland. We've been talking about a lot of technical threats, but we haven't really talked about any solutions. And when we talk about solutions, it's always a vendor who comes to stage and says, my product, my service is the best. Okay? That's Ruben. It's BS, okay? It's not okay. And, you know, we learn about threats, but we learn about technical threats. That's also another problem. Think about it. If I would teach you how to exploit a heap buffer overflow, okay? How would that actually help you securing your own company? Are you going to modify the code and fix the vulnerability yourself? No, we send technical people to technical trainings, right? We send people to do these so-called pen test trainings. Because there's some guy or some person, some woman in the industry who said, if you know how to think like a hacker, you can fix the vulnerabilities that the hacker will use. Do you really believe in that statement? Who said no? Okay, who's saying me that that statement is completely broken? No one, dude. No one understands what I'm saying. It doesn't work. Thank you. And some other stuff that we're also talking about is education. As I said, we send technical people to technical trainings, but think about it. Who needs the technical training? Technical people? Really? What about awareness? How many times have you heard the word awareness during these days? Awareness is such a fancy word, okay? Everyone uses it. We have to be aware of all the threats that's out there. Not really. No. You have to be aware what might affect you and your company. That's what you have to be aware of. If I were standing here and talking about the next APT, okay? Very cool presentation, lots of zero-day vulnerabilities, lots of cool stuff, but it doesn't help. Seriously, it does not help. We as an industry, we're failing. We are failing. We are not winning this race. The bad guys are almost always one step ahead. What about the mindset? I think that's something we should talk about. How many in this room is actually working with security because you have a passion for security, that you really care about security? Okay? It's not everyone. This is what's so interesting. Say again? You just want the money. You shut up. It's my presentation, okay? Okay? Knowledge. Ruben. Okay. The industry is a cock measuring industry. We measure our intelligence. If you don't know how to write a buffer overflow, if you don't know how to exploit a SQL injection, you're a nobody, okay? You're not cool, you're not hip. The industry is failing. And we have so many excuses why not to do real security. The proper security that everyone knows that we should do, that we're not doing. Everyone knows simple stuff as you should have unique passwords on every single site that you have an account on. Everyone knows that. No one has it. It's a fact, right? Everyone knows that you should patch your systems. No one fucking patches the systems. Okay? We have other bad excuses, which is IT security costs a lot of money. That's also BS. It doesn't cost a lot of money. Products cost a lot of money. Computer security is boring as fuck. Okay? That's why we're not doing it. Because it's boring. It's procedures. It's paperwork. It's routines. That's why we're not doing it. Not because it's expensive. Worst excuse I've ever heard. And another problem is that we don't take it personal. We go to the office, we do stuff, we hack stuff, we break things, we develop stuff, we build stuff, but we don't take it personal. Maybe this is the wrong audience to say that to, but think about it in the broader picture. Think about it, your parents, your neighbors, kids, other adults. Do they care about computer security? No, that's the problem. Doesn't matter how many minutes or hours or days we spend on stage talking about technical terms, technical stuff, we won't change the industry. We won't change the world at all. We will just go here and be horny as crap because we're talking about all the O-Day. We want that. It's cool. But we're not changing anything. We have to take it personal. We have to make a difference. And the problem is that we're trying to make a living, right? That's why a lot of people go in the industry. A lot of people want to work in the IT industry because it pays good money. Would you quit your job if you got the same amount of money that you get today doing something else? Say again? Yes. Would you? For a while. We try to make a living. We do not try to make a difference, which is a problem. So we do not try to make a change. The thing is that we have to do something that we enjoy. I know this talk is quite provocative, but think about it. Do you enjoy your life right now? Do you enjoy your job? Do you like it? Do you have a passion for what you're doing? Raise your hand if you have a passion for what you're doing, a real passion. Okay, not everyone is raising your hands. The people who are not raising your hands, get a different job, okay? Because you're just a waste of time and waste of money. There's tons of people, like Ruben, for example, who really wants to make a difference, who really wants to be in the industry. That's the people we want in the industry. If you're only here for the money, get out. I'm sorry to say that. This is the harsh words, okay? And talking about hacking, right? We talk about technical terms. We talk about this. What about being creative? When was the last time that you actually made a difference? Were you actually notified a vendor about a vulnerability? Last time you wrote a blog post? Last time you tried to make a difference? When was the last time you submitted to a conference to actually share the knowledge that you have? Or share the knowledge to a friend or a coworker? When was the last time that you tried to make a difference? It's very easy to sit on that side of the table or the stage. Very easy. We need to be more creative. We need to become hackers again. Because we're not hackers. We're slave to the industry right now. Okay? We need to become hackers. I consider myself as a hacker. What is the definition of a hacker? Ruben, what is the definition of a hacker? Someone who breaks stuff and can make it better. Exactly. It's also someone who's very creative. Let me write this. This is a definition of hacker. A hacker is one who enjoys the intellectual challenge of creatively overcoming and circumventing limitations of programming systems and who tries to extend their capabilities. Doesn't only have to make it better. Make it different. Make it count, okay? You remind me of a person, Ruben, that I saw on a TED Talk. And I want you all, not only Ruben, I want everyone to look at this guy. This is a child who quit school, okay? Maybe some of you have seen this presentation. He quit school because he thought the school system was broken. And he created his own education. And what's so cool about this guy is that after he taught himself the same stuff that's being taught in schools, he had better grades than his ex-colleagues or schoolmates. Now we want, oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, I want audio now. So let's see if this works.
A lot of people think of hackers as geeky computer nerds who live in their parents' basement and spread computer viruses. But I don't see it that way. Hackers are innovators. Hackers are people who challenge and change the systems to make them work differently, to make them work better. It's just how they think. It's a mindset. I'm growing up in a world that needs more people with the hacker mindset. And not just for technology. Everything is up for being hacked, even skiing, even education. So whether it's Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, or Shane McConkey, having the hacker mindset can change the world.
Having the hacker mindset might change the world. I'm so sorry about this. This is not my fault. with the picture. But think about that statement that he said. Having the hacker mindset might change the world. What if we can start hacking the industry? Okay? What if we can change the industry, the way we think about the industry? I'll give you a few examples. Let me talk about automated vulnerability scanning. How many know what automated vulnerability scanning is? Nessus, Foundstone, Qualys. Okay, how many use it professionally? Okay, let me tell you something. It does not work. It's fundamentally broken. The entire design of this product does not work. I'll give you one example why it's not working. If you have a web server, e-commerce site, whatever kind of web server, and you have a file on that web server in the root directory, what is the Polish word for password? Hasword. Okay. If I have a file name called hasword.txt on that web server, there's no automated scanner in the entire world that will find that file. What's the Polish word for secret? Okay, similar. If I would have a directory called secret, with a K, I guess, there's no scanner that will find that directory. Because it only say again? You can, but the vendors does not have. Trust me, I used to build these scanners for 7 years before joining Kaspersky. There's no vendor today who has any other language than English in their scanners. If you use Nessus, you can have your own, but if you get Qualys, if you get Outpost 24, if you get Foundstone, it's all in English. Think about file names, directory names, passwords. What do you think the most common Polish password is? Probably something in Polish. Okay, that's Polish numbers. What if we could hack the industry, okay? Because the industry is full of false perception and a lot of excuses, right? Here's a list of some excuses. IT security is very expensive. Complex passwords are too complicated to remember, okay? IT departments are saying, we're not hackers. You know, we don't have the knowledge to think like a hacker, so we're not hackers. Management doesn't give us enough time. That's a very good excuse. I've heard that a long time. Training is expensive. Going to technical trainings, conferences, it's expensive. We are not the target. That's also a good excuse. We're not the target, so why should we care? And like OS X and Linux and Unix doesn't have malware? Really? Really? When did that happen? There's tons of bad excuses. You probably have so many other examples of all these bad excuses. I came up with 2 different, let's call it hacks, that hopefully could change the industry by thinking about all these different points. The first one is how we hack consultants. How many of you guys work as security consultants, doing penetration tests and security audits and whatever? Only 2 people, 3 people? Sorry for you guys. It was good for your companies because you're probably making shitloads of money, finding the same crap over and over and over and over again. It's a good job, good business model. Okay, people think about these pen testers as some magical unicorns that has magical tools, magical skill set that can do stuff that no one else can do, okay? It's not true. They're not magical unicorns. I'm sorry. Not even you who's Danish. You're a cake. Apartments are too lame, not skilled enough to perform the same audit as the pen tester, which is also not true. And is there anyone who received a report from a security audit? Who's actually like an IT manager who's reading the reports? Have any of you guys read a report? Okay, how many percentage, I'll talk to you now, sir. How many percentage of the report did you already know when the report was delivered? About 95%. How much did you pay for that pen test? $5,000. Okay, so you spent 5 grand and you knew 95% of the output already. How does that make you feel? Mwah, mwah, mwah. Okay, that's good. What if I could say that you could find the same amount of vulnerabilities, or even more? Let's switch it totally. That you get a report where 95% of the vulnerabilities are completely unknown to you. 95%, and you spend half of that money. Okay, perfect. I'm up for discussion. Let's have a discussion about this. It's very simple. This is not rocket science, okay? We just have to make it personal. So, in my example, I have one pen tester. And this is 1,200 Swedish kroner, which is about 120 euros. Is that about what it costs? 120 euros per hour? No? Who said no? Is it too expensive? Okay, how much do you pay in Poland, in euro? Yeah, per hour. One Audi? You pay them in cars. Okay. You get one Audi per hour. Yes. No, 1 hour of pen test. How much do they charge per hour? 70 euros? Something like that. Okay, in Sweden it's like 120 euros. And that's the cheap ones, okay? We'll just use this example. So 120 euros for an hour, that's 8 hours every day. He's doing it for 1 week, which is 5 days, 1 working week. It's 3 days of pen testing and 2 days of writing reports and, talking to the customers and so on, which results in 48,000 Swedish kroner, which is 4,800 euros. Okay? Which sounds like a normal pen test in Sweden. The problem is, as you confirmed, what's your name, sir? Hans. You're from Germany? No, same. We know about the problems. Oh, damn it, because I was so unhappy at Kaspersky. Oh, fuck, I have to stay. Okay, we know about these problems already. So how can we change this? What if I can tell you, instead of spending 4,800 euros, you can spend 700 euros? Still want to hire me? We'll have discussions. Okay. How many of you guys know what a bug bounty is? Yeah. How many of you have an internal bug bounty at your company? That's perfect, Hans. Perfect. This is the route to go. So let's have a pen testing game. Let's say that you collect your IT department, right? And maybe even some end users. Say, let's buy some pizza, some beer, and let's document, not hack, not run any tools, document every single vulnerability that we already know, okay? In different groups, you do it as a game. So you'll collect some system administrators, you will collect some database admins, web developers, network administrators, some end users. They together should document all the crap that they already know, okay? So they can document weak passwords, expired accounts, bad network segmentation, unpatched servers, configuration mistakes. Think about it as a game. It has to be a game. And, if you want, you could invite a speaker or like a consultant, the consultant that you already use, who can be part of this, okay? Have some prizes, a bottle of wine, cinema tickets. What about 1 extra week of vacation? That's tempting, huh? I would like that. So you buy some pizza, beer, Coke, whatever. You have a team building event. What's the outcome of doing this? By only documenting the stuff that you already know. You'll kill another very bad excuse, which is that you don't have documentation about your stuff. Now you have. Your IT team will actually create that for you, okay? You will also have internal education, because the database guy will sit together with the web application guy, that will sit together with the network administrator guy or girl. They work together. They educate each other. You'll have a better value of the security audits that you actually do. So you will still spend your $5,000 on the pen test, but you switched around. So instead of getting a report which only has a 5% value, you would never ever do a deal in your entire life. If you would buy a car and you had 5% a working car, would you buy that car? A house? Anything? No. But we do it in computer security because we're fucked up, okay? We're broken. We will build a stronger team. We'll have fun. Teach each other new stuff. And we will be saving money. So here's another example of how you can do this. It's only Swedish kroner. But let's say that we have 10 hackers on the team. 10 people that we invite to do this. We want to buy hacker food, which is like 10 euros per person. We want to buy hacker drinks, which is obviously 20 euros per person. We want to have prices for 150 euros. And we have a buffer of 250 euros where we can invite a speaker, we can do whatever. So we still have a buffer, that's money that we haven't spent, on 250 euros, and that will result in 700 euros. Do you think the value of this would be better or worse than having a security consultant that doesn't know anything about your network, doesn't have access to any machines? What result will be better, this or the consultant? This is time to answer. It's a question mark. What is better, the consultant or this? This. Is anyone doing this? Why not? You are, Hans. Okay, I want to talk to you after my presentation and know exactly how it's received by your colleagues, how you do it. Perfect. So you will get, from doing this, documentation, education, awareness about the threats that's targeting your organization, not some Stuxnet mumbo-jumbo in Iran, okay? We don't live in Iran. We live here. You'll change the mindset of people because you'll influence them. You'll make it personal. Personalization is important because the DB guy can brag about his knowledge. He can share his knowledge, okay? And you get a team building event. This is not rocket science. It's very simple, right? Very simple. No one is doing it. We're spending money on crap. The only good excuse that I've heard so far, which is I can kind of accept, is that we need an external company to do the audit because we are not trusted as employees. Okay? Why do you hire people that you don't trust? For an IT team, like, I don't trust you, but please manage my systems. What the fuck? It's crazy, okay? Yeah, but my presentation. Thank you, Denmark. What about hacking passwords, the way we think about passwords? That's something that we've been talking about for 30 years, and we still don't get it, okay? Ruben, can I have you on stage? Give it up for Ruben. Hey, man. Here, stand here. This way, like this. What do you want to do? It's like Titanic. What is the most important factor with a password? The length, the complexity?
I'd say the complexity.
The complexity. Who agrees with Ruben? Is the complexity? Well, Dad, of course. He's like, yes, whatever he says, yes. Dad, you're my hero. The complexity. Why the complexity?
That's what hackers want.
They want complexity, or they want something that's simple to crack?
That's simple to crack.
Okay, they want something that's simple to crack, exactly. So they want to have, a complex password is good because it's difficult to crack. Okay, what if you capture the password with a keylogger? Then the complexity doesn't work. Right. What if you capture it with the man in the middle attack? Then the complexity doesn't work. Yes. You agree. Okay. Sorry, Ruben, but I disagree that complexity is what's important. You want to know what I think is important? The uniqueness of the password. That you don't reuse the same password on multiple sites. Even if you have one very good password that is long and complex and everything, if you reuse that password on multiple sites, it only requires that one site gets hacked, then the attacker has access to all the other sites, right? You agree? Okay, so how many of you guys actually have unique passwords on every single site that you log into? Okay. How many was it? Was like 1/3 of the audience. And you're security experts. Interesting. What about this statement? We can look here. No, you're not done. Up, you're not done. What about this statement? Have you ever heard that you should never make a password personal? Because then it would be easy to guess. Yes, you heard that. I disagree with that as well. You do agree? Okay, perfect. You disagree. Why?
Because I think it can be personal, because the more personal it is, somebody won't know who you are, right? So they won't be able to guess the password as easily.
Okay, that's an interesting point. I have a different view of that. If you make it personal, it's easier to remember. Right? Yeah, because if I give you a long computer-generated string, it's very difficult to remember. So if you do make it personal, it's easier to remember. Now, do we have a microphone for Ruben? Because now we're going to have fun. Do we have a microphone? If you want to, you're okay. Okay, you're okay with that. So let's hack the way we think about passwords. Because I think we talk about passwords in the same way as we've been doing since the 1980s. That was when Dad was born. Okay? 1970s? Yeah, okay. We've been talking about passwords in the same way. It hasn't changed, okay? Because in the 1970s and 80s, you had one mainframe, one computer to log into, so we only had one password to remember, okay?
Yeah.
That's why you could have a long and complex and special characters and numbers and whatever, okay?
Yeah.
Now you have 20 passwords to remember, okay? Which makes it difficult. Are you a good singer?
Me? No.
Yes.
No,
No?
I'm not.
Okay. Let's try. So let's make a personal phrase. So instead of talking about past words, we talk about past phrases.
Okay.
Okay. Do you like movies?
Yes.
Do you like books?
Yes.
Okay, what is your favorite quote from any movie? Like, I could say...
Everything is awesome.
Everything's awesome?
Yes.
Okay, which movie?
Lego movie.
Lego movie?
Yes.
Awesome. I love Lego. Denmark loves Lego. Okay, that's an awesome quote. So let's use that one. What was it again?
Okay. Everything is awesome.
Everything is awesome. How many characters is that?
E-V-E-R.
Okay, many. That's the answer. It's many, okay? Which is good. So just using that, you actually, have a quite long password.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's not unique. It doesn't contain special characters or anything. So give me a special character of your choice.
3 for E.
3 for E. So you say everything is awesome. 3. Or you want to change the last E to a 3?
Yeah. Change the last 3.
Oh, you want to change? Okay, so everything is awesome. 3.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. So now, but I actually don't want a number. I want to have an exclamation mark or question mark.
Yeah, you can add an exclamation mark after.
Is that the one you want to choose?
Yes.
Choose wisely, young Padawan.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, fair enough. Everything is awesome, exclamation mark.
Okay.
Okay, now we're good. So far, so good. Do you know what the power of association is?
No.
Okay. The power of association is a good power, because you can use it on different things. But you know what association is?
Yes.
When you associate to something.
Yes.
So do you have Facebook?
No.
Not yet. You have Twitter. I know you have Twitter.
Okay.
What is the first thing that you think of when I say Twitter? Quick.
Birds.
Birds. Everything is awesome, exclamation mark, birds. That's your password for Twitter. Now you use the same thing. You keep the first phrase, everything is awesome, the special character, exclamation mark, and then you just change the last part of the password to make it unique. Do you have Minecraft? You didn't like Minecraft.
No, I don't like
Okay, Netflix.
I
Do you
don't
have a,
like
what else do you have a password to? Your email.
Yes, my email.
Okay, what is the first thing that you think of when I say email?
Mailbox.
Mailbox. Oh, that's not good. No, a different thing.
Computer.
Computer.
Okay.
Okay, that's good. Everything is awesome, exclamation mark, computer. And you can use this, I don't know, algorithm to generate as many passwords as you want, because you will remember everything is awesome, exclamation mark, and then the stuff that you associate. Because I have Facebook and I have Twitter. When I think about Twitter, do you know what I think of?
What?
Blue.
Blue.
Blue. So we don't think about the same thing. Do you like this algorithm on generating passwords?
Yes.
Okay, good. Do you guys understand? You understand the? Okay, so we can just kill the myth or the bad excuses that remembering
Long password.
many long complex passwords is difficult. It's not. You have to think about it in a different way. There's another quick thing before you go sit down with your dad.
Okay.
One quick thing. What password is more important than other passwords? Think about that for a while. Which password is more important than other passwords?
The ones you use more often, like your.
No? Your name is not Ruben. Who said that? This is what you have to deal with when you're on stage. It's the email password.
Okay.
Why the email password?
Because.
Now you be quiet. Silence.
Because if someone gets access to your email, they can get access to more of your passwords.
Yes, and you can do a password reset, remember? Like
Yeah.
reset your password on Facebook, Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you could, maybe you should use something else. Instead of everything is awesome, you should just change that to something else.
Yeah.
Like, I could say Obi-Wan Jacoby. I think that's funny. Luke, I'm your father. Something nerdy. Whatever you choose, okay? You use a different phrase for your email than you do on all other sites.
Okay.
You agree?
Yes.
This is a good thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Thank you, Ruben. Everyone, that's Ruben. So here, I want to discuss different things that we can hack. I don't know, how many minutes do I have left? 5 minutes. Other things that we can hack. We can hack the way we think about consultants, penetration testing, passwords, what else? Be creative, guys and girls. What else? Hacking cars, of course. We can think about differently, like how we implement stuff in cars. We cannot follow the same stupid routines that we've always done. Do you know how many times I hear that firewalls can stop hackers? It's mind-blowing, okay? We're so many years in the industry, okay? We've been dealing with computer security for many years, and people still believe that a firewall can stop a hacker. It filters packets, period. That's it. That's all it does. It doesn't sound sexy. Like if I would be a booth babe, okay, and someone would come up to me and say, "Hey, what kind of be?" Like, "Oh, like this Fudo. What is this Fudo thing?" And I say, "Oh, it's a device. It can filter packets." Like, okay. Move on. If I say, "Oh, this can stop hackers," then people are like, "Oh, that's interesting," but it's total bullshit. It doesn't. Sorry, Fudo. It doesn't. Thank you so much. I have nothing else. No, I do have one thing. Okay? Let's work together, okay? Let's try this together. We're one industry. We have competitors, but we have so many friends in the industry. And I especially want to thank the guy, I can't pronounce his name, Fremip, for inviting me again to this conference. We need to share our knowledge with everyone. Thank you.